Well, welcome back to the Saturday Morning CEO Radio Show with our guest, Dr. Ruth Bol, and our host, Jeannette Sandoval.
Hi there.
So we're just coming back, and we're going to talk about before we went to break, we wanted to get a little bit more into your business and how you actually help the kids. So I first want to ask you, can you tell us a little bit more about your calm dental business?
Yes, well, we just rebranded ourselves to the word calm. And basically, besides public speaking and death, dentists are right up there as people's top fear. So with all of my experiences, and I'm probably one of the worst dental patients as well. I have a small mouth and I gag everything you can think of. We wanted to create an environment for children and the parents, because the parents are often more anxious than the children. So basically we do dog therapy. We have a little black pug. A lot of people, actually she's really popular in our area.
That's adorable.
And you see, if you go down, you'll see our new pug. We had an older pug, she's 11, so she's retired. So we're training a new pug, and little DJ should be down there, or it's somewhere on my website where little DJ is.
I'll find it.
Yeah. So one day I just brought my dog to work. It wasn't like it was anything, oh, this is gonna work. But then all the kids started gravitating towards the dog, and so I realized that this was something that was going to help them, calm down. So our environment is very much kind of like a home environment, not a medical environment. We have blankets, we have like game chairs, all of the different iPads and games for them, and we just have fun with them. Oh, there's little DJ. Oh, she's just so cute. She's a spitfire right now. She's in training, but if little DJ's at the vet, our kids won't come. They want to see little DJ, and it actually calms down the parents as well. And so they use them in hospitals, and actually one of my friends in Bakersfield, who's a dentist, she's prosthodontist, meaning works with older people with dentures. She has a dog too, so it's just not for children.
I was gonna say, so do I have to bring my parents in order for you to work on my teeth?
Oh my gosh, I have a confession, guys.
Okay, let's hear it.
I knew that we were going to meet with Dr. Ruth today, and I went and got some bleaching trays for my teeth, because I was just like, oh my goodness, it's been a minute for my deep cleaning. I don't want her to notice.
No.
So, yeah, just for you.
Are you like super focused on people's teeth when you're talking to them?
No, I don't even really care about the teeth, to be honest with you. The teeth are a second nature. I've been doing, dentistry for 12 years. But dentistry is about people. And really, I'm a psychologist. I'm a behavioral manager. We learn even hypnosis and pediatric dentistry besides sedation. We do from totally putting to sleep to kind of like an awake sedation to nitrous to, just nothing, or just having a dog and a TV. But
I have a question around that, if I could just jump in here.
Please.
I do a lot of volunteering with the autistic community.
Yes.
And they have a lot of like special needs, and I'm wondering what that looks like. I know a lot of the parents are reluctant to take their kids in to get a cleaning because it just feels like it would be too tough on them. So what would that look like with a patient who has special needs and is on the spectrum versus like a neurotypical patient?
We are actually trained very well in special needs, and depending on where they are on the spectrum, basically we work slow with them. Some do need to have sedation no matter what to have cleanings, and that's just part of the routine. But some of them, depending if they like games or if they like the dog, you can kind of work with them. But our job is to be calm, obviously the name calm, with everyone.
So fitting.
Yeah, and so our staff doesn't, I think the main thing is that our staff doesn't get really freaked out by anything. We love all children, And, you know, I'll make a joke, you know, even if the mom thinks their child is totally crazy and, you know, off the hood, I'll be like, yeah, that's your future football star right there because you're super active. So I see the benefit in every child.
Yeah, that's what they used to say about me. Mr. ADD. Oh yeah, he's super active. Oh yeah, he's gonna be, you know.
He's creative.
Yeah, he's creative. Yeah, right. Just sit down, boy. That's what he's doing. Sit down, boy. No, anyway. So let's talk about. How do you manage that? Do you have any challenges that you can talk about as far as your dental practice? Any horror stories?
We have a lot, so I'll try to narrow it down to a few. I've had every horror story you can think of, starting with first thing is dealing with leases. Have no idea how to deal with a lease. And
so how did you overcome that? Because obviously you overcame it, correct?
I overcame it by getting into people who knew about leases and helped me, guided through me. I think it's, you know, I surrounded myself with some professionals. As a professional doctor, you have to have a team of professionals around you. And that's what I continually did, even in, you know, being in Menifee Rotary, having the superintendents, just having professional people, because you know, they were there to help me through concerns I didn't really understand. Now, yes, did I make mistakes? Obviously I did, but there were people there to guide me through me out of the mistakes. And it doesn't mean I wasn't damaged or I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money to get out of the mistakes. And so I just call it a really expensive CE course. Pretty much, that's what I've done.
Real life.
Real life, yeah.
And it's real life, and that's what I'm trying to get across to our listeners, because you go through challenges, but if you quit, then you're done. You quit. If you keep going, there's no such thing as failure if you keep going, because eventually you'll have a breakthrough and get to success.
Absolutely. Another major big thing for me as a female, you want to be friends with all of your staff, you know, and I did become friends with all of my staff. And you know, California laws are very, very hard, and they're more for the employee. So even if they're there with you a day and they quit, they're still going to get unemployment, and you pay for that under EDD. So nobody told me to save thousands of dollars for all of the unemployment things. Even if they quit, they're still going to get EDD in California.
They're not your friend no more.
They are not your friend no more. They unfriend you, say mean things. And then, you know, I had a person who was my office manager, and something was going wrong. You know, I had hired a bunch of consultants to help me. Something was going wrong with my business. I could just definitely tell. And so I hired an outside company to come in to try to tell me what was going on. And I found out my office manager wasn't collecting from patients. And so it was about $80,000 that wasn't collected from patients. Again, this is a learning process, because you can't just learn everything right out of school. And so that, with, you know, also employees can sue you for not getting breaks. You better make sure your overtime is like tidy. And you have to really have somebody you trust who works with you. That's the bottom line. I think the people who are most successful find somebody, whether it be their spouse or, you know, somebody who's really good at that accounting and accountability side. That is the key, because you just can't trust anybody when it comes to dealing with your finances and business.
Yeah, you need that support system.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. When I had a business, it was very difficult for me to stay friendly with my staff, I'll be honest. And it actually, the few times that I did, it kind of bit me in the tush. And I'm wondering how you are able to sort of sustain a friendship on some level, but also not have that compromise the professionalism of your office.
Because I kept it to where it was business and there was no friendship, because you got to get your work done.
Yeah.
They tend to want to cut corners when you're friendly.
Yeah, when you're friendly, they're like, oh, I can come late. No, you get your butt to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I think for me, if you start a certain way, I mean, obviously, when I'm doing treatment, I'm in there for an hour and a half. I mean, I have to talk to my assistant. We're doing nothing else but in there together. So I think if you start that way, and you don't go to lunch with them unless it's the whole staff. You don't do social things with them unless it's a team effort. But I mean, as dentists, especially females, we can come under a lot of stress. And at that point, when I was single, I had a lot of stuff on me, and I had nobody to talk to. That was the thing. So you want to have somebody to talk to about your business where you can feel comfortable, because
somebody who understands, of course.
But not your staff.
Yeah. Never. Never.
And I believe that your message is explaining that you can surround yourself around people that are capable to help you get to the next level with things that you may not be able to do.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do everything. You can get other people involved that can help you get to your goals. And that's one thing that I think we neglect as regular people, is we think that we have to do everything by ourselves.
Yep. That was probably one of the best things I learned, is just kind of delegating and not caring at all. So that's tough. It sounds like you have a lot on your plate.
Well, it was really interesting. My mom, who now I know, whenever she says anything, it's right. Now I didn't know that until I was older, but she gave me a book, and at this time, this whole process was going on. What Dr. Phil, I can't remember the name of the book, but it was like law code or code something. I can't remember the name exactly, but it talked about in the first chapter how his first office manager embezzled money from him.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like my mom knows. Oh, you should read this book, sweetheart.
How do moms know?
Yeah.
It's that wisdom.
Yeah.
And my mom told me some secrets just recently that I was like, really, Mom? So it just comes out of nowhere, but they do know, and they
always on point.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that book pretty much kind of tells the real world. It's not like it used to be. You can't trust people. You have to check people. You have to have systems in place. And I'm going to tell you, to have systems in place, you need people, which means you need money. So that means you have to, possibly, I worked for other people for a long time. In my opinion, I should have done it longer to build more capital to deal with all my mistakes.
So let me ask you this. You're telling me you're following your passion, and in order for you to follow your passion, you needed money. So in order to get money, you worked toward that passion. Is that what you're explaining?
No, I'm explaining I worked for other people therefore I was getting paid doing what I do as a pediatric dentist but not having to manage and collect and do all that. I just got paid for going to work. But if I had to do it all over again, because somewhere in here I did Dave Ramsey Financial, I would have worked longer, saved a lot of money for unexpected lawyers and everything else that comes in the midst of your entrepreneurships, and then it would have been better. But we've now recreated a model, and in the last year I pretty much. Well, we're doing good. That's all I can say.
You pretty much blew up.
Well, and I have to give credit to my husband, because he's an operational director, and there's some things I didn't want to do, but we did them, and it's working. And so, yeah, we're doing a lot better with this group model, and I still have my patients, and I'm still my own business owner, and sharing costs.
Yeah. Power couple here.
Yeah, well, that's what entrepreneurs is all. Your business is always changing. It should be always changing. And so for you, it seems like you've had a fun time and a challenging time, which is what we try to put across to people, that it's not always a cakewalk, and some people make it look easy. Some people make it look easy, but you never know what's happening below the surface. You're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that if you're not following your passion, I think one of the things I've seen out there with a lot of other people is that they just don't understand you need to invest not only money, but into people.
Yes.
Because those people will help you. So I do a lot of community events, and I actually help promote other businesses. And I do that. I spend money on them. And you know how much that gets me back? It gets me a ton of clients back because I'm putting money into their fundraisers for their kids, or I'm helping them with a fundraiser, or I'm helping them promote their business. And so you have to put time into people as well.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, so when we come back, we're getting ready to go to break in about a minute here. And so you do some other things as well, and you just mentioned a few of them. By helping other businesses and other people in the community and things like that. I am going to want to get into that a little bit and see, because it seems like you have a lot on your plate and that you do a lot, and we want to explain it, and we want to go over that.
All right,
Okay?
I'm ready.
She's a superstar. Superstar over here.
Yeah, so
And we have to fit the exercise in there too.
do you exercise? That's my
Yes,
thing.
you just have to have a trainer. That's my thing.
Okay.
Otherwise, I ain't going. No, just kidding. My trainer keeps me on track.
I was going to say, you're probably right. So my trainer's my wife.
Oh.
Get up and go to the gym.
I'm feeling lonely, and everybody's talking about their partner. I'm gonna go sign up on Cupid.
No, but I just found my partner, so no worries. It was worth the wait. I dated some really interesting, I'm glad I'm not with them type guys.
So am I.
Well,
On that note.
I can't join you guys on that. I haven't worried, except for Dennis.
It's
but,
worth the wait, girls. Worth the wait.
Anyway, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. We're here with Dr. Ruth Bol.